Hey guys, it's Christian from Real Mama States, and today I have my mom with me, Miss Mona.
Hello.
Guys, I had to drag her to do
Yes.
this. It was
Yes.
really rough. Just I need content, mom. So where do you want to get started? Let's ask you, how long have you been in real estate?
Mm, Probably since you were about 5 years old.
Oh wow, okay. All right, that's quite some time. What have you done in real estate? What is your range of real estate?
Started as a leasing agent, of course,
Okay.
and graduated to went straight from leasing agent to a regional property manager.
Okay.
I skipped the
Did not know
assistant
that.
manager
Okay.
and the property manager, and only went back to property manager when I was expecting your brother. So
Okay.
I kind of
Fair
went
enough.
backwards.
Explains everything. All right. So if you guys have heard me in any of my stories, you guys will always hear that she forced me into real estate. So I felt like it was only right for me to force her back to have this conversation with me. And I don't even know what to get started. It's just so July 6th, 1980. I'm joking.
Well, way
So
back.
way back.
Okay.
So let's say I would start with my infamous story about how I was just had my daughter, who's now 17, and I was back at home minding my business, and she came to me and was like, "What are you gonna do with yourself? You have a child," and I was just like. That was probably was, sir. I'm about to keep that in there as a not an edit. I was minding my business, and that's 100% probably her. I was minding my business at my mom's house, and she asked me what I was going to do with myself. I had just had a daughter, and I told her I was totally fine, just sitting home with the baby, the pit bull at the time, watching baby shows. We were totally
content.
fine, okay?
Right.
And she's like, well, just come answer the phone at this property in Portsmouth. It's just a temporary job. The manager's going to maternity leave. And I said, okay, I guess. I had
Hi,
grew up.
Cindy.
Yes, hi, Cindy. Which is now should have a 17-year-old herself.
Right.
Right. So,
Right.
I definitely, had been around her in property management for all of my life, handwriting rent rolls. If we're gonna go way back, like late fee $50. So that means I have to apply the rent at $850. Okay, equals $900. That's not neat. I'm not should be writing this. But writing rent rolls, and I just knew I was never going to be in this field. Like, it was not an interest of mine. And then fast forward again, to my having my child and starting this company, and she just forced me to be here. And my very first boss into real estate, I'm going to introduce her, is Miss Mona. She was my very first boss in this field, and
Yes.
guys, she was really, really on me. So my question, so what was your thought process when you forced me into this job? What did you see me, or what? How do I want to say this? What did you see me as at that time? How did you expect me to be in this field? Did you?
Actually, I just expect you to come get out of the house,
Okay. Let's get a job.
get a job, and I expected you to answer the phones,
Okay.
take notes, smile pretty,
Right.
and just when anybody came to the door and just came through the office, and you just say, "Hey, I take that message for you."
Right. Okay. So the expectation at the time, that's the question I'm looking for. So the expectation at the time was just for me to be the receptionist.
Basically.
Okay.
Yes.
And I remember my first day there, the manager is out on maternity leave, and she calls me and says that she had some appointments and some meetings, she couldn't make it, and that she had to let some of the maintenance guys let me in. And I was like, okay. And they gave me a sheet of paper, and they said, okay, so if you answer the phone, this is what you're gonna say.
Right.
The 2 bedrooms is this price. I think it was $795.
Right.
And then 3 bedrooms is $900. Call us if you need us. And I was like, okay.
Yes.
And over the 5 years that I stayed at that property, You know, my mom was my manager for the first like 2.5, 3 years.
Yeah.
I would say about 2.5, 3 years, guys. It was the worst. It was the worst. She used to kick back so much paperwork.
She's not
to
gonna tell
me.
you she fired me as a regional manager.
I absolutely did. That's how we wrapped that right on up.
She
Because
preferred Dana. Let's talk about that.
look, we're not even dropping names. At the time, I wanted a different manager because I felt like my mom was being too hard on me. Like, what do you mean redo this entire lease because I added an extra A to Aaron? What? It's triple ARON. Like, what do you mean? It's fine.
Trouble.
And then that was at the time where it was no electronic system at that company. So if I had to go get something revised, I had to go like hunt that person down and find them. Like it was rough. It
Knock
was
on the door and
knock on the door and hope they're home. And one thing again, she always told me that you can get everything you need from a person prior to them moving in. And I learned that the hard way. So when it came to paperwork, leases, you know, she would bring them home on Thanksgiving, slide them over to me. You just work on this. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Look, 2.5 years into it, I was just like, nah, she can't be my boss no more. This is a problem for me.
I don't think it lasted that long.
I don't think it lasted that long either.
Yeah, because the owner told me when he
snitched on me.
when he promoted you.
Okay.
He told me, I said, "Are you sure she's ready?" And he says, "Yes, I'm sure she's ready because you're her mom and you won't let her fall." So
she took that seriously. And
yeah.
you know what? Thank you, because you did not let me fall. 17 years, you created this. And I tell people all the time as a joking man, she forced me into it, but I'm very thankful that I was around it. You know, just being 20 in a career that I didn't even see was
a career.
It was a job for me.
Yeah.
First 5 years of my career was a job. I'm just here because I get a free apartment.
Yeah, that's it. That was nice.
Yes.
I don't think they do that anymore.
I don't think so. You got to have my type of negotiation skills back in the day to get a free apartment for sure. Okay.
Yes.
So, first off, before we go any further, that was just an introduction of this. So I have some Hollow wine. So you guys can see the Hollow wine. It is from Lazy Days Winery. And this was at the Virginia Beach Wine Festival. Guys, I love wine festivals. And I tasted it and I was like, wrap it up. So we're going to get into opening this pretty soon. I don't know how to open wine bottles, so we might take a break to open this wine bottle real quick.